step back in time to the golden age of drive-ins. From speaker poles to tailgate lounges, these lost traditions made movie nights unforgettable. Join us as we explore 23 drive-in experiences that defined an era. Before modern FM transmitters, drive-ins relied on wired speaker poles, a defining feature of the classic drive-in experience. As moviegoers arrived, they would carefully unhook the heavy metal speaker and hang it on their car window, adjusting the dial to find the best sound. The audio was often tinny and crackly, but that was part of the charm. Some viewers developed tricks, angling the speaker just right or giving it a gentle tap to minimize static. Despite their quirks, these speakers brought movie dialogue and music straight into your personal space, making the experience immersive in a unique way. However, they also led to countless mishaps. Many forgot to remove the speaker before driving off, resulting in shattered windows, broken speakers, and occasional frustrated attendants. Signs reminding visitors to detach speaker before leaving became common, but accidents still happened. Though FM radio eventually replaced them, these relics remain nostalgic symbols of drive-in history, with a few still found in abandoned lots today. Intermission countdowns were more than just a break between movies. They were an essential part of the drive-in experience. These quirky animated shorts featured dancing sodas, cheerful popcorn boxes, and singing hot dogs, all enthusiastically encouraging viewers to, "Let's all go to the lobby." The colorful visuals and upbeat jingles created a sense of fun, signaling the perfect time to stretch your legs, visit the snack bar, or make a quick restroom trip. Parents took the opportunity to settle restless kids, while teens and couples used the break to chat, rearrange their blankets, or grab another round of snacks. The countdown built anticipation for the next film, giving the evening a lively rhythm that made drive-ins feel more like an event than just a movie screening. Even today, these intermission clips remain beloved symbols of drive-in nostalgia, their catchy tunes and charming animations instantly transporting anyone who remembers them back to those warm summer nights under the stars. Sneaking friends into the drive-in was almost a rite of passage, a daring yet lighthearted challenge that added to the adventure of movie night. Whether it was stuffing friends under blankets, cramming them into a trunk, or having them lie flat beneath seats, the mission required strategy, teamwork, and a straight face at the ticket booth. Suppressing laughter and keeping quiet as the car inched forward heightened the thrill, turning an ordinary night into a playful test of nerves. For those hiding, the moment of truth came when the car finally parked, and they could burst out, grinning triumphantly. Drive-in employees were often aware of these antics, but typically turned a blind eye, recognizing it as part of the fun. While the goal was saving a few dollars, the real reward was the story, one that would be retold for years with laughter and nostalgia. These mischievous moments embodied the carefree, rebellious spirit that made drive-ins so special. But sneaking in wasn't the only strategy involved. Next up, let's talk about the battle for the perfect parking spot. The quest for the perfect parking spot was an essential part of the drive-in ritual, often beginning long before the first reel rolled. Arriving early was key, as prime spots filled quickly, especially on weekends when eager moviegoers lined up before the gates even opened. Some sought the front row for an immersive, larger-than-life experience, while others preferred the middle, where sightlines and sound were just right. Those who valued a quick getaway after the show gravitated toward the back, balancing convenience with a clear view. Regular attendees developed personal favorites, leading to friendly, unspoken rivalries over the best spaces. Families tested different angles before committing, sometimes bringing folding chairs to set up outside for an even better view. The search for the ideal spot wasn't just about visibility. It was part of the anticipation, the small details that made each visit unique. Finding your spot meant the night was off to the perfect start, setting the tone for a great drive-in experience. One of the defining experiences of visiting a drive-in theater was enjoying double features. For the price of a single admission, viewers got to enjoy 2 full-length films, often carefully curated to cater to a diverse audience. Typically, the first film was family-friendly, drawing in parents and young children eager for a fun, relaxed evening. The second movie usually shifted gears, offering something thrilling, adventurous, or even spooky, perfect for teenagers, couples, and adults who stayed up later. Kids often dozed off midway through the first feature, bundled comfortably with blankets and surrounded by snacks. Teenagers and couples, however, looked forward to the second feature as an opportunity for late-night fun, adding to the special atmosphere that extended well past midnight. The double-feature tradition embodied the unbeatable value and community spirit that made drive-ins popular. Do any specific double-feature pairings stand out in your memories as particularly special or memorable? The snack bar rush was a beloved intermission ritual, transforming a simple food run into a lively adventure. As soon as the screen dimmed for the break, a wave of moviegoers hurried toward the glowing concession stand, eager to grab their favorite treats before the next feature began. The scent of buttery popcorn, sizzling hot dogs, and warm pretzels filled the air, intensifying cravings with every step forward in line. Patience was key, waiting behind excited kids deciding between candy bars or parents negotiating combo deals only added to the anticipation. Successfully securing a tray piled high with snacks felt like a small victory, but the real challenge was making it back to your car unscathed, skillfully weaving through parked vehicles and dodging playful children. Despite the chaos, the energy of the snack bar rush was part of the fun, creating moments of laughter and camaraderie. These midnight feasts became just as memorable as the movies themselves, sealing the drive-in experience. But what if the best movie wasn't the one you came to see? Let's talk about the magic of watching movies from the neighboring screens. One of the unexpected joys of drive-in theaters was the unintentional bonus feature of neighboring screens. Many drive-ins had multiple films playing at once, creating a tempting distraction just beyond your windshield. Even if you were engrossed in your own movie, it was hard not to steal glances at the explosive action, dramatic romance, or hilarious comedy unfolding just a few rows away. Some moviegoers took it a step further, playfully debating which film looked more exciting, or even briefly switching their car radios to another channel for a sneak listen. It wasn't uncommon to hear a sudden burst of laughter or gasps from a different audience, making you even more curious about what was happening on their screen. Though unintended, these fleeting glimpses into other films added a playful, mischievous touch to the evening. The casual, open-air setup of drive-ins made this kind of experience possible, further proving why they were more than just movie theaters. They were social, immersive, and full of surprises. Before the movie started, and the giant screen lit up the night, the playground was the heart of the drive-in experience for kids. Positioned near the screens, these play areas gave children the perfect space to burn off energy while parents relaxed nearby, chatting with friends and neighbors. Swings creaked as kids soared into the sky, slides sent them racing down in bursts of laughter, and merry-go-rounds spun until dizziness took over. It wasn't just about play. It was about forming instant friendships, bonding over impromptu games of tag, or daring each other to climb the jungle gym's highest point. As the sun dipped lower, the anticipation for the movie grew, yet kids often had to be coaxed back to their cars, reluctant to leave their new friends behind. The playground was more than just a fun distraction. It was a symbol of the community spirit that made drive-ins special. For many, those carefree moments remain as cherished as the movies themselves. Foggy windshields were an inevitable part of every drive-in theater experience, transforming clear viewing into a comedic struggle against stubborn condensation. As temperatures dropped, especially on cooler evenings, the inside of car windows quickly clouded over. No matter how many times you wiped with sleeves, tissues, or even towels specifically brought along, the fog would persistently reappear. Families and couples alike found themselves laughing as they battled the relentless haze, sometimes missing crucial movie scenes due to frantic wiping sessions. The collective challenge often bonded viewers, sparking jokes and friendly competition over whose car had the foggiest windows or the most creative solutions. Occasionally, someone would attempt clever fixes like slightly cracking open the windows or blasting the heater, though success was usually short-lived. These playful battles against foggy glass created unexpectedly joyful moments, turning what could have been frustrating interruptions into fond memories. Even today, anyone who attended drive-ins can recall the humorous struggle of watching a movie through a persistently foggy windshield. A foggy windshield wasn't the only challenge at the drive-in. How about an unexpected swarm of mosquitoes? Drive-ins offered couples a uniquely romantic atmosphere that traditional theaters simply couldn't replicate. Picture cozying up under blankets in a convertible, sharing popcorn beneath a canopy of stars, and whispering jokes or comments about the movie without disturbing other viewers. The privacy of your own vehicle provided an intimate setting for date nights, where couples could enjoy each other's company and comfort. Some relationships even blossomed right beneath those giant outdoor screens, making the drive-in a memorable spot for first dates, anniversaries, or special milestones. The casual yet intimate setting was perfect for sharing laughter, conversation, or simply enjoying the film together in your private space. Many couples fondly remember these nights as a time of genuine connection, enhanced by the soft glow of the movie screen and the backdrop of the starry sky. Do you have a memorable drive-in date night story to share? Warm summer evenings at the drive-in theater often brought along an uninvited guest, swarms of persistent mosquitoes. As dusk settled and moviegoers rolled down their windows or stepped out to enjoy the open air, these pesky insects quickly made themselves known, buzzing and biting relentlessly. Experienced drive-in patrons arrived prepared, armed with an arsenal of mosquito-fighting tools, cans of insect repellent, citronella candles, sprays, and coils strategically placed around vehicles. Despite these defenses, mosquitoes frequently won a few battles, leading to humorous complaints and exaggerated stories of epic mosquito encounters shared among neighbors. Friends and families found solidarity in their common annoyance, passing around bottles of spray or offering creative remedies to newcomers caught unprepared. Occasionally, the film's audio would briefly be drowned out by a chorus of slaps and laughter as viewers attempted to fend off the biting nuisance. Ironically, these mosquito invasions, though bothersome, strengthened the sense of community, creating memorable bonds and laughter-filled nights beneath the stars. Drive-ins were the ultimate hangout spot for double dates and lively group outings. Couples often planned evenings together, parking their cars side by side to create a mini social hub under the stars. This arrangement made it easy and natural to hop between vehicles, turning the movie night into a dynamic social event. Friends frequently bounced from car to car during intermissions or even mid-film, catching up on gossip, sharing snacks, or playfully discussing the movies unfolding on screen. These spontaneous interactions fostered a sense of camaraderie and community that traditional theaters simply couldn't offer. It wasn't unusual to see laughter erupting from one car, drawing curious visitors over from another, eager to join the fun. The casual atmosphere allowed friendships and relationships to thrive, as conversations flowed freely without disrupting other patrons. Double dating and car hopping weren't just side effects of drive-ins. They were central to their charm, transforming a simple night at the movies into an unforgettable social gathering. But the social fun didn't stop there. Let's talk about how drive-ins brought entire families together for unforgettable movie nights. Drive-in theaters weren't just about movies. They were about creating cherished family traditions. Parents, kids, and even grandparents would pile into the family car, bringing along blankets, pillows, and enough snacks to last the night. The backseat transformed into a cozy nest for the little ones, while older kids sprawled out on the hood or in the truck bed, wrapped in warm blankets beneath the open sky. Some families brought homemade dinners or favorite treats, making the experience feel even more special. Parents reminisced about their own childhood drive-in adventures while sharing the magic with the next generation. Between movie scenes, kids whispered excitedly, parents exchanged knowing smiles, and siblings bonded over popcorn battles. Whether it was a weekend tradition or a rare outing, these nights were about more than just watching a film. They were about togetherness. For many, family nights at the drive-in remain some of their most treasured childhood memories, filled with laughter, warmth, and a sky full of stars. Late-night drive-in showings were a dream come true for horror fans, transforming the outdoor theater into the perfect setting for chills and thrills. As the second feature of a double bill, horror and monster movies played well past midnight, when the darkness made every eerie shadow seem more menacing. The isolation of sitting in a car, surrounded by the vast night sky, heightened even the mildest jump scares. Classic horror icons like Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Wolfman graced the giant screens, while newer slashers and creature features kept audiences on edge. The sound of crickets mixed with suspenseful movie scores, making the eerie silence between scenes even more unsettling. Some brave viewers rolled down their windows for an extra thrill, while others huddled under blankets, half watching through their fingers. Whether it was a classic black-and-white horror flick or a modern monster mayhem, these late-night frights weren't just about the scares, they were a rite of passage for every drive-in horror lover. Pulling up to the ticket booth was like stepping into another world, a gateway to a night of cinematic magic. The glow of neon signs, the scent of popcorn drifting from the concession stand, and the excitement of choosing the perfect spot all began with this simple exchange. Unlike modern theaters, where tickets are scanned without a word, here you'd pass cash through a small window, greeted by a friendly attendant who often had stories to share. Some regulars got to know the workers by name, exchanging jokes or getting insider tips on upcoming showings. The marquee, lit up against the darkening sky, displayed the night's double feature, heightening the anticipation. Families let their kids hand over the money, making them feel part of the ritual, while couples shared a quiet moment before the film began. Whether it was a quick transaction or a fun conversation, the ticket booth wasn't just a stop. It was the beginning of the experience. Do you remember a memorable exchange at one? But the ticket booth wasn't the only place for surprises. What about those drive-off speaker mishaps? Few moments at the drive-in were as embarrassing or as hilariously common as driving off with the speaker still attached to your car window. After a long night of movies with kids half asleep in the back seat and parents eager to beat the traffic, it was easy to forget about the clunky metal speaker hanging on the door. The first sign of trouble was usually a loud clunk followed by a sudden jolt, as the speaker either yanked back or, worse, shattered the car window. Some lucky drivers realized just in time, while others unknowingly dragged a broken speaker halfway to the exit before a fellow moviegoer flagged them down. Theater attendants, used to the mishap, retrieved abandoned speakers from parking lots daily, shaking their heads at yet another casualty of a forgetful driver. Despite repeated warning signs reminding guests to detach speaker before leaving, the mistakes never stopped, becoming yet another humorous and unforgettable part of the drive-in experience. A well-timed horn honk could transform a suspenseful drive-in moment into an unexpected comedy scene. Whether it was an accidental knee bump, an eager kid playing in the driver's seat, or a startled reaction to a jump scare, these sudden blares always caught everyone off guard. In the middle of a tense or emotional moment, a loud honk would cut through the silence, drawing a mix of groans, chuckles, and playful jeers from the surrounding cars. Some drivers, flustered by the mistake, would quickly wave an apology, while others doubled over laughing at the perfectly timed interruption. Occasionally, moviegoers took advantage of the moment, purposefully honking after a shocking plot twist or during a dramatic pause, turning it into a running joke for the audience. Unlike indoor theaters where interruptions were met with annoyance, drive-ins embraced these spontaneous mishaps, adding to the community-driven, lighthearted experience. The unexpected horn honk became yet another quirky charm of outdoor movie nights. For many, the best seat at the drive-in wasn't inside the car. It was in the open air, stretched out in a truck bed or perched on a tailgate. Pickup trucks transformed into makeshift lounges, complete with blankets, pillows, and carefully arranged coolers filled with snacks and sodas. Families turned their truck beds into cozy nests, while couples snuggled under the night sky, enjoying the cool evening breeze. Some brought lawn chairs and set up outside, creating a mini outdoor theater experience, free from cramped car interiors. Kids sprawled out with sleeping bags, whispering excitedly between scenes, while parents reclined, soaking in the relaxed atmosphere. The unobstructed view and fresh air made tailgate seating a favorite for those who wanted both comfort and a true under-the-stars experience. Whether bundled up on chilly nights or lying back on warm summer evenings, this setup added a special charm to drive-in outings. Bringing outside snacks into the drive-in was an unspoken tradition, a playful challenge that added an extra layer of excitement to movie nights. While the snack bar was stocked with buttery popcorn, sizzling hot dogs, and oversized sodas, many families and groups had their own secret stash of homemade treats or favorite candies tucked away. Some went to great lengths, stuffing chip bags under jackets, hiding candy boxes in glove compartments, or even packing entire picnic dinners in the trunk. Kids were often given lookout duty, keeping an eye out for attendants as parents carefully unwrapped foil-covered sandwiches or passed around hidden bags of gummy bears. The thrill of successfully smuggling in snacks made the movie feel even more special, as if you had won a small, delicious victory. While some drive-ins didn't strictly enforce snack rules, the adventure of sneaking in goodies became part of the experience. Now let's talk about a sneaky tradition that nearly everyone participated in: bringing your own snacks. Before the main feature rolled onto the giant screen, audiences were treated to a delightful warm-up: cartoon shorts. These animated segments, often starring beloved characters like Bugs Bunny, Mickey Mouse, or Tom and Jerry, set a playful and nostalgic tone for the evening. Kids giggled in the back seat, munching on popcorn as animated antics unfolded, while parents reminisced about their own childhood memories of Saturday morning cartoons. The colorful animation and cheerful music built anticipation for the movie, making the drive-in experience feel even more magical. Some theaters even played themed shorts that complemented the main film, adding to the excitement. For many, these cartoons became just as memorable as the movies themselves, creating a sense of joy and nostalgia that stayed long after the credits rolled. Watching a funny, lighthearted cartoon under the open sky was the perfect way to begin an unforgettable night at the drive-in. Do you remember a favorite cartoon short that made your movie night even better? Few sights captured the magic of a night at the drive-in, like the glowing marquee standing tall at the entrance. Neon letters lit up the darkness, proudly displaying the evening's double feature, setting the stage for an unforgettable experience. Just driving past one of these towering signs was enough to spark excitement. Kids in the back seat eagerly read the movie titles aloud, while parents debated which snacks to grab. The marquee wasn't just an announcement, it was a symbol of adventure, a promise of laughter, thrills, or chills under the stars. Whether advertising a blockbuster, a cult classic, or a spooky late-night horror flick, these signs became landmarks of pure cinematic joy. Over time, as drive-ins faded, so did the presence of these grand displays, yet their nostalgia remains strong. For those who grew up with them, the warm neon glow of a drive-in marquee still lingers in memory, forever tied to the thrill of outdoor movie nights. As the final credits rolled and the giant screen dimmed, a quiet hum of activity spread across the lot. Headlights flickered on one by one, casting brief glows over scattered blankets, empty popcorn tubs, and half-finished sodas. Families gathered their belongings, shaking out blankets, collecting candy wrappers, and bundling sleepy kids into the back seat. Conversations lingered as parents shared their favorite scenes. Teens recounted the funniest moments, and kids fought to keep their eyes open after a long night of excitement. Some cars hesitated, soaking in the last bit of nostalgia before pulling away, while others drove off with music playing softly on the radio. The sight of a slow-moving parade of vehicles exiting the lot, taillights glowing against the dark sky, marked the end of another perfect drive-in experience. Even as the road stretched ahead, the memories of the night lingered, a reminder of the magic that made drive-ins so special. And after the movie, the bittersweet drive home, with memories of the night lingering in the air. Drive-ins weren't just about movies, they were social hubs where communities came together for themed events that made each visit unique. From retro car shows featuring gleaming vintage vehicles to Halloween costume contests where kids and adults dressed as their favorite characters, these special nights turned the drive-in into more than just a theater. Some hosted 50s nights with doo-wop music and classic cars, while others ran horror marathons complete with spooky decorations and fog machines. Families and friend groups planned their visits around these themed evenings, adding an extra layer of excitement to the movie-going experience. Trivia contests, dance-offs, and even special midnight screenings of cult classics created unforgettable memories. For many, these gatherings weren't just about watching a film, they were about celebrating shared interests, meeting like-minded movie lovers, and embracing the sense of nostalgia that only a drive-in could offer. Hope you enjoyed this journey through time. Which drive-in memories stood out? Share in the comments. Love vintage entertainment? Subscribe for more nostalgic trips. See you next time.